Good morning, you're Deanna Paul.
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Paul, this is your initial appearance in cause number 25, DCCR 1792. You're charged with a third-degree felony offense of stalking, and that's from October 3rd of 2020. Stand up. What's the matter?
Nothing. My allergies.
Okay. I test you this morning. You gonna have anything in your system?
No, ma'am, but I just sneezed back there.
Okay, let's double check it. Have a seat in the jury box, please. So, Ms. Paul, I received a note that you refused to take a drug test.
Yes, ma'am, because I leaned against the thing. I just finished sneezing back there and I felt like I was being singled out. I know I have alcohol in my system
So
from the
here's,
night before.
so let me explain. If you don't test
Mhm.
and let me see what is or is not in your system, then I'm going to assume that you're positive
Okay,
and I will raise your bond for sure and you'll go to jail.
okay.
So do you want to take the test and let me see what's in your
I
system?
don't have anything in my system besides alcohol.
Then go take the test.
I can't pee.
We're gonna give you some water.
I just had water.
Then you want me to go ahead and send you to jail?
I don't know. You haven't even finished running down my charges to me.
What?
Running down my charges to me.
What do you mean?
What I was here for, or if I'm gonna get a lawyer, and all that.
First things first is I'm ordering you to take a drug test. If you refuse the drug test, then you're refusing a court order and I'll raise your bond and you'll go to jail. Then you'll have an attorney come visit you in jail and they'll go over all of the charges. If you want to take
So
your
I can
time,
bond out,
yeah, your bond's gonna be raised though.
but could I bond out today? That's what I'm asking, because
You don't know what I'm gonna set your bond at
because I'm
yet.
trying to go to work.
Well, then you should probably take the drug test.
Let's try.
Because the more you refuse to do it, the more concern I have, and probably the higher your bond's gonna be.
I'm just worried about getting back to my kids and going back to work because
Then take the drug test. So either there's something in your system other
I
than
have
alcohol.
something in my system. I
Right.
said that.
You said you have alcohol.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not worried about that right now.
Maybe some weed.
Take the test. Let me see what's in your
It's
system.
weed.
Okay. I want to see what's in it. Take the test. And then we'll decide. Just because you test positive does not necessarily mean that I'm going to raise your bond, but we're going to have some discussions depending on what's in your system. So if you want any opportunity today to walk out that door instead of that door, go take the test. Otherwise, I'm raising your bond right now.
I can sit and see if I can pee.
Go try. Justin Wallace with Mr. Lewis. Okay, so you've refused again.
I didn't refuse. I told him that I couldn't go. I
Well-
didn't refuse what he said.
There's no way that after a couple hours you can't go a little bit. So I'm gonna find Miss Paul, based on your, number one, that you told me that you smoke marijuana. You told the man in the back, the drug tester, that you smoke daily. And that you used alcohol also yesterday, which alcohol's, I'm not
Yes, ma'am.
so worried about unless you're driving, but obviously using marijuana is a violation of the law, which means it's a violation of your bond conditions.
Okay.
And so let me see something real quick. Your current bond that you. I need to take a look at probable cause affidavit. Give me just a minute to get more information about you and your case, and then I'll decide what to set your new bond at.
Miss West. Can I say, I know that I'm going to jail today, that's
Mhm.
fine. But I feel like I've been the victim in this and I have the proof. I'm just overwhelmed at this point with the whole situation.
Well,
Because the girl is still harassing me.
have you called the cops?
No, but I have the proof of her going to my job recently. Letters from my job and her job.
All right, just hold on. You're gonna need to tell all that to a lawyer. That's. You still have that assault down the hall pending?
I have to go to that courtroom for the same person.
All right, so based on the limited information that I have,
Procedure. Jeez.
I'm going to again find that you violated the conditions of your bond and in cause number 25 DCCR 1752, raise that bond to $35,000. A condition of that bond, if you make it, is that you have to have a drug patch put on within 24 hours of your release from custody.
Okay,
And obviously, if you get out soon, I'm going to assume that that drug patch will initially be positive,
okay,
but it should be going down. So it
okay,
doesn't just test whether you're positive or negative. It gives me an amount.
okay.
And if it's not going down, then that bond's going to go up even higher. Do you
Okay.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't get the drug patch changed every 2 weeks like you're supposed to, some people say, oh, it fell off, and they don't just fall off. Okay. So you need to make sure you have it on at all times, get it tested when you're supposed to. If you
Okay.
make that bond, go back with the bailiff.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, give me just a second. Yes, ma'am. Miss Richard? Good morning. Why wouldn't you take that off when the bailiff asked you to earlier?
No, I had told, because I had this on, I didn't want to take it off.
I understand, but it's not appropriate and you have to do that and follow the rules. It's not just when you're standing in front of me, but when you walk into the courtroom, there's no head. You should have known better than to wear a bonnet to court in the first place,
Yes, ma'am.
right? This is felony court, not where you show up in a bonnet.
Yes, ma'am.
So. Why were you late this morning?
I had to I woke up late and I had to get my kids to school, so but I had called up here and told them.
So how old are you, Miss Richard?
How old am I? 25.
25. So you're old enough to set an alarm and get up on time.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so getting up late is some excuse that my kids would have, not something that a grown lady that has her own kids would have.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to be here on time.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to recall that bond forfeiture. And let me get to your case real quick. This is your initial appearance in clause number 25, DCCR 1611. You're charged with theft of property with previous convictions from August 14th of 2025. Since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
No, ma'am.
So what I'm going to do, Ms. Richard, is since you made bond, I expect you to at least try to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to reset your case about 30 days to give you some time to try to hire someone.
Yes, ma'am.
If you get someone hired before the next court date, then just bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer and they'll tell you what to do.
Okay.
If you're unable to hire someone before the next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts, so different payment plans. Bring me the names of the lawyers that you've talked to when you come back, because I know you're trying, and then we'll discuss your options.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following that court order and you would go back to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you'll step in front of the clerk right here, she'll give you a reset notice. Good morning. Are
Good
you Crystal
morning.
Latulis?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Latulis was previously in court, entered pleas of guilty in cause numbers 25 DCCR 0850 and 0851. I've received that pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review it?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Any additions or corrections?
No, Your Honor, not from the state judge.
And so what is the status? Is Child Protective Service still involved or have they closed out their case?
They closed it.
And where are the children?
I have 4 of them with me and 1 of them with my grandmother, Your Honor.
And that is what the plan was with CPS.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
So Kylan, the one that had to do with this offense is with the grandmother.
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the plan with regard to him? I'm sorry, is it a boy or?
It's a boy.
Is the plan for him to stay there? Or are you wanting to have him back?
Yes, ma'am. I want to have him back, Your Honor.
Gilbert? Mr. Nichols,
Yes, Your
what
Honor.
are your thoughts on with regard to?
All my indications are that CPS closed the case out and that she's done everything they'd asked her to. Looking at the facts of this case, it seems like it was a one time. And I think, CPS hasn't really weighed in against
Right.
the child back. So if she's doing the steps she needs to, then that's probably what's in the child's best interest.
Thank you. And did you already do a parenting class?
Yes, Your Honor.
One of the recommendations is for you to complete a parenting course offered by Faith Tabernacle
I
Church.
did.
You already did
I did,
that.
Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, then I'm going to find in each of your cases, Ms. Lulas, that you previously entered your pleas of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence in each case to find you guilty. However, in cause number 25 DCCR 0850, I'm going to follow the agreement, defer all proceedings to place you on probation for 5 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine in that case and follow all of the rules and conditions of probation.
Yes, ma'am.
And cause number 25 DCCR 0851, also find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. I'm going to follow the agreement in that case also and
Yes,
defer all proceedings, place you on probation for 5 years.
Yes, ma'am.
You're ordered to pay the $500 in fine in that case and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. It sounds like you're already well on your way to doing what you need to be doing. I'm not at this time going to order the no contact. It looks like you've already followed through with the parenting class and everything you needed to with CPS.
Yes, ma'am.
Obviously, especially this child needs special care.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, you know that
Yes.
as well as anybody.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
If you do everything that you're supposed to on this probation, then
Mhm.
this is a great opportunity because you don't have felony convictions on your record. And if you successfully complete the
Mhm.
probations at the end, the cases will be dismissed. You'll never be a convicted
Mhm.
felon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of the probation, don't follow any of the rules, you could be brought back into court. You could be found guilty in each of the cases and you could go to prison for anywhere between 2 and up to 20 years. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows these were agreements that I followed, and so you waived your right to appeal.
Yes, I
You
did.
need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's gonna call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck to
Good
you.
day.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, is it ISIS?
Yes, ma'am.
Tridles? And Ms. Tridles was previously in court and entered a plea of guilty to the state jail felony offense of injury to a child in cause number 25 DCCR 1478. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Have Your Honor.
State has, Judge.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Nothing, Mr. Finch.
Judge, I would like to address the statement made by the victim's mother, Heather Powell, on page 1 of the PSI, where she claims that the district attorney's office has not returned her phone calls or emails. For the record, I have not received any phone messages, or emails from Ms. Powell. I did, however, my file reflects that I did send my standard, what I refer to as victim letter, to Ms. Powell, asking her to contact me about the case back on October the 16th of 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. Any other issues with regard to the pre-sentence report?
No, Your Honor.
Any reason not to go forward with sentencing at this time?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, at this time, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings for a period of 5 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. And including the regular rules and conditions, part of yours are going to be that you are required to be on the mental health caseload and to participate in mental talk services. That's meant to help you be successful on probation and everything else. So obviously it's something you should be doing, but now it's something that's court ordered. So you've got to make sure and do everything that they ask you to do, as well as all of the other conditions. You're also not allowed to have any unsupervised contact with any child under the age of 18, and to have no contact at all with the victim or the victim's mother, Ms. Powell, in this case. So that means no contact, obviously in person, but it also means any other way, through social media or phone calls or emails or text messages or anything like that. You understand? If you do everything you're supposed to on this probation, then this is an excellent opportunity because you will not have a felony conviction on your record. And at the end of the probation, the case will actually be dismissed if you're successful. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court, found guilty of the offense, and sent to the state jail prison for between 6 months and up to 2 years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, there will be ordered $472.26 in restitution as part of this case, and you're not allowed to work anywhere in childcare or daycare facilities, even private, okay? So you can't do private babysitting or anything like that. Okay. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. If you'll just have a seat here in the courtroom, probation will call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork. Good luck to you, ma'am.